Hello guys, my name is Shrikant and I am a lecturer based in the UK, working in a university in the UK. So I'm starting this series about UK's master's program, providing you lots of information about the master's programs that we have in the UK. So before going ahead, if you are new to the channel, please do share, subscribe, and like these videos, and also make any videos that you would want me to do in the comment section. All right, guys. For today, what we're going to do is to look at the three important things, which is the UK education. The second one is obviously looking at the exams themselves, health issues at the exams as well. So there are three things that we are looking at today. So the first one is the education system. So if you are coming to the UK to study a master's, or you are already in the UK doing the master's, remember the UK master's is around 180 credits. These 180 credits will be divided by various modules. So each module could be 30 credits or 60 credits or 15 credits. Why the credits are really important is that a 15 credit module equates to around 150 hours of your time. These 150 hours includes teaching from your lecturers, your lab work, as well as any recorded content and so on. Plus the rest is your student managed learning, which means that you have to spend a lot of time looking at that module. And also each module will have something called as learning outcomes, which is really important. The learning outcomes kind of tells you what, by the time you finish the module, what are you going to be achieving. So what is your learning going to be? So it's really important that you look at the learning outcomes for each of the module and then see if that module is suitable. The reason being is that sometimes you can have something called as optional modules. So if you think a module which is not suitable for you, then you can actually replace that one with another module which might be suitable for you. Along with in the master's program, the most important module is the dissertation or the major project module, which could be ranging anything from 30 credits to 60 credits. The reason why we insist on the credits is also that for your final degree classification, the 30 credits or the 60 credit modules, the bigger the credits, the more weightage it is given. So that means that if you score really well on these big credit modules, your final degree classification will be really good. So it could be higher in like distinction and so on, rather than doing really well on a 15 credit module. The next one, which I also want to speak about today, is about the assessments. As I mentioned about learning outcomes earlier, where each module will be assessed to see if the student meets the learning outcomes. The assessments could be ranging from doing a lab-based work, or it could be your exam that you're actually doing an exam, or it could be the most commonly used one is to submit an assignment as a part of the meeting the learning outcomes. The thing that we always stress here is that these assessments need to be submitted so such a way that you pass these assessments and then you meet the learning outcomes. That means you pass the module. You submit the assessment and unfortunately you have failed. What can happen is that you'll be given a chance to retake or resit the assessment at a next semester point. So if you fail the first time, you'll always given a chance to resit that particular module, but there'll be always a penalty. In most universities, what they do is if you have to resit a module, your marks will be capped to 40%. That means even though at resit you score 70 or 80 or and so on, the maximum marks you get is still 40 on that particular module. So there is a penalty for you if you fail the module at the first time. You sat your assessments and you failed first time and you failed second time. What are your options? Depending upon the university, depending upon the type of the modules you failed, there are some things that you could do. Most universities, if you are a master's student and if you fail 45 credits or more, then they will automatically discontinue, which means that you can't complete your master's program. They may give you an intermediate award called as postgraduate diploma, and this might have an impact upon applying for your post-study work visa, etc. If you fail 30 credits or less, then there is a chance for you to retake that particular module. So if you fail a module, then you can retake it following a year. Then most universities do happy to do that particular thing. So retaking a particular module. And the last option is to consider about your dissertation or project. Most universities do not allow for you to take a dissertation project as a retake. That means if you fail first sit and then you fail at the second sit, then that's it. You can't retake your project module or dissertation module. So it's really critical that you pass your project module at least at the second time, or at least at the resit. If you don't have the project module, that means you will not have enough credits to achieve a master's program. So it's really important that we always stress to make sure that you pass your project module. And if you have to fail, do not fail more than 30 credits. Again, depending upon the university, some universities are very rigid. Most universities are okay if you fail 30 credits, and then they'll give you a chance to retake that particular module. The other thing which we always stress within the UK is that if you're not feeling well or you have to look after your family, it is not expected that you submit assignment. There is always help available. So if you think that there is something which is not going well with your health or family, the first place to contact is student services or student advice. They're all part of the university. Please do contact them. So you can look at two options. The first option is that you can apply for a short-term extension. Short-term extension will automatically push your deadline by a week or 2 weeks, depending upon which university you're studying. The next option is to look at mitigating circumstances or exceptional circumstances. What does that mean is that you need to make an application to say that your health is not well and you may need to provide some evidence, or your family, you're looking after a family, you are a carer for someone, you need to go to a different country because your parents live in a different country because their health is not well, and so on. So make an application for exceptional circumstances or mitigating circumstances. Then what will happen is that you don't need to submit anything or sit an exam in that particular semester, but they will push all your assessment to the next semester. So that kind of eases some burden on you so that you can focus on your family and so on. This is something most international people don't know, is because the education system might be slightly different in the countries other than the UK. So they might be thinking, oh, I need to sit the exam even though my health is not well, I have lots of other things going on. No, you don't need to. You can always apply for these things. It's really important that you utilize these options as well. Okay guys, I hope this information is useful for you, and I will, as I said, I will make more videos coming up, which includes how to apply for universities, how to actually look for part-time job. We'll also look at things like plagiarism and collusion and so on, referencing, which is really important when you come to study in the UK university. Right, thanks guys. Please do share, subscribe,